All right, you guys, this is part 2 where we're actually going to be factoring using the diamond. So that's what we're going to get into. We're going to do some practice, some examples, and now that we are proficient at using the diamond, you should watch the diamond video first and then do this. We should be able to factor, and you're going to use this a lot through high school, okay? So we're going to start with the first problem. We're going to do 9x squared plus 15 x plus 4. And there's this color-coded guide that we've used every year, and it really helps kids. So that's why I'm going to explain what we're going to do. So the colors will actually tell you where to put the different parts of this trinomial, because there's 3 different terms, 1, 2, 3, so it's a trinomial. So the first thing you want to do is set up the generic rectangle, which we've used before. And we see the orange, the first term, is going to go in this bottom left corner, and the green is going to go in the top right-hand corner of the generic rectangle. So I'm going to use a permanent marker to write over this. So the 9x squared goes here, and then we have the 4 will go right here. Okay? All right. Let me see if I can make that a 9 the best I can. Okay, 9x squared and 4. Okay, that's the first step. Now, the next step is we have to multiply the orange by the green, multiply the diagonal to get the top of the diamond. And we've worked with diamonds, so we got to fill in the diamond. So the orange by the green, or the first by the last. So orange by green, so that gives us, so really it's going to be 9x squared times 4. 9x squared times 4, so 9 times 4 is 36, and then the x squared goes with it. So we now have, to multiply these, you get 36x squared, okay? 36x squared. Now, that gives you the top of the diamond, so we multiply this diagonal. The bottom of the diamond, the pink, the middle piece of this, the bx, is always going to be the middle. So 15x goes right here. So 15x. So now we got to use the way we know how to use our diamond, what we did on the first video. So we have 36x squared. So we're going to find factor pairs of 36x squared. So things that multiply to 36, that multiply to give you the top and add to give you the bottom. So let's do that. So we have 1 times 36, and we know it's x squared, so we know these two are going to be x right here, okay? We know that. So 1 times 36, but that multiplies gives you 36, but does it add to give you the bottom? No, it gives you 37. 1 plus 36 is 37, so that doesn't work. All right, because remember, we're trying to multiply and add on the bottom, add to get the bottom. These two have to add to get the bottom of 15x, and these have to multiply to give you 36x squared. So let's try another one. We have 2 times 18. That doesn't work. Let's go with 3 times 12. Yeah, 3 times 12. 3 plus 12, let's see if that works. That gives us 15. So we found it. So these didn't work, but this did. So we have 3x and 12x. And the order does not matter where you put these two, okay? So we see that 3x times 12x gives us 36x squared. 3x plus 12x gives us 15x, okay? So that's all, and you can see by this, these are like terms. Plus 12x gives us 15x, and the top, it's 3x times 12x gives us 36x squared, okay? So that's how we found that. All right, so these are your like terms. So the like terms go in the diagonal. You can put them in any order you want. For this, I have a 9 here, I have a 9 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 3x right here with it. Take care of that. And then the 12x right here. And now we do what we've done before, like last week. We had to find the greatest common factor of 9x squared and 3x. Well, we know that x squared is 2x's right here, x times x. And then we know that x right here is just 1x. So we can take one of the x's out. So we have 2x's and 1x. So I'll take 1 out for our greatest common factor. Then we have 9 and 3. Well, my trick is take the smaller number. Can you multiply something by 3 to give you 9? And you can, 3 times 3. So 3 divides into 9 evenly. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So our GCF is 3x. Then we figure out the bottom part. We got to find our base. Our base down here, which is 3 times what gives us 9? Well, it's 3. X times what gives us x squared? X, so 3x. 3x times what gives us 3x? Well, we'll just multiply by 1, so 3x plus 1. There's our base. I'll write this so you can see it. Base on the bottom, and then we have our height right here, okay? So we got 3x plus 1. Lastly, we have 3x times what gives us 12x? 3x times, well, 4. So we have our base and our height. So our base, our area as a product is base times height. So we have 3x plus 1. 3x plus 1 and 3x plus 4. All right, that's our areas of product. Now we got to add up everything on the inside to get our sum, right? So we take our biggest exponent, 9x squared. We add up everything on the inside, and then our like terms, 12 plus 12x plus 3x plus 4. Okay. So what we got to do is combine our like terms. Right here is 15x. Okay. And then bring everything else down. 9x squared plus 4. So we have 9x squared plus 15x plus 4. And that's how you factor, you guys. That is how you factor. 10? Half. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got that. We got our answer, okay? We factored it. We figured it out. So this right here, this right here, the sum, the area is a sum. When they're giving you that, you have to find the factors, and the factors are the base times the height. So we had this, all right? So this gives us that. So there's our factors, okay? So let's go to the next problem. So we have 3x squared minus 17x plus 20. All right. So we set up our problem. We take our orange and our green, our first and last terms, and we put them in the box. So we have 3x squared, the orange, 3x squared. And then we have our c, which is our last part of it, is 20. So we have 3x squared and 20. Then, to figure out the top of the triangle, or the diamond, you multiply these. So 3x squared times 20, well, 3 times 20 is 60, and then you just bring the x squared with it. So we end up getting 60x squared. Okay? 60x squared. The bottom is our pink, the middle term, and that goes right here. So we have negative 17x. Okay? So we know we have a negative on the bottom. Now that should trigger something. You know that these, if it's a negative on bottom, positive on top, these two like terms are both going to be negatives. And I put them in the wrong spot. Awesome. So you know these are both going to be negatives, okay? Negative, and it's going to be an x there, okay? It's a negative right here, and it's going to be an x here, and a negative right here, it's going to be an x, okay? Because we know it's x squared. So now we gotta find our factors, okay? So we have 60x squared and 7. We know it's a negative, so we're gonna have two negatives. So we have 60x squared right here. Let's just find some things to multiply to 60. If you struggle on things to multiply to 60, just do 60 divided by 1 first. Then 60 divided by 2. Then 60 divided by 3. So 60 divided by 1, it's gonna be 1 times 60. Negative times negative. That gives us, that's not going to add up to negative 17x, though. We need to multiply to the top and add to the bottom. So we go right here. Let's do negative 2 times negative 30. That doesn't work. Negative 3 times negative 20. That doesn't add to that. Negative 4 times negative 15. That still doesn't add to negative 17x, but they all multiply to 60x squared. Lastly, we have negative 5 times negative 12. If we do negative 5 plus negative 12, that gives us negative 17. So we found it. So we end up getting negative 5x, and we get negative 12x. All right, and then we have to put them in our generic rectangle. Those are our like terms. So I'm going to take negative 5x and put it right here. And then I'm going to take negative 12x right here. Okay? So we have to find the GCF of the bottom row. So we have this, make sure you're zoomed in. So you have this right here. So let's look. The x squared, we already know that x squared is x times x. And then we have x right here is right here. So we can take out one of the x's because we can take out one in both. So there is part of our GCF right here. Then we have 3 and 5. Those are prime numbers. Anything that's going to divide out of those is just going to be 1. You can take out a 1 if you want. I'm going to, but that's it, really. So then we just we find our base and our height. We find our factors. So we have 1 times what gives us 3? Well, it's 3. X times what gives us x squared? X. 1x times what gives us negative 5? Negative 5x. Will that be negative 5? Then we have 3x times what gives us negative 12x? Well, that's negative 4. Okay? So we have our base and our height. So we have base times height. So we end up getting 3x minus 5, the base, and x minus 4. These are your factors. This is the factors. These are the factors. There is a sum. They already gave it to you, so you could add everything up on the inside if you wanted to, but really it's just they gave you the areas of sum, so you had to find the areas of product, and which are the factors, okay? So 3x squared minus 17x plus 20. So our answer is this right here. And that's how you factor, you guys.